Hello everyone, I'm streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Monday, October 20th, 2025, and let's talk about mama bears and pregnancy. Why do I want to talk about this? I was inspired to. Reason being because I found a post this morning where this person writes, "Since joining the group, I have seen a lot of posts about pregnancy and the hurdles of conceiving or sustaining healthy pregnancies. As someone who has overcome pregnancy loss and has 2 healthy babies, I wanted to share my experience. At 29 years old, I had my first baby without any complications at home. She was just over 9.5 pounds, and my pregnancy has been relatively uneventful, but in a good way. When trying to conceive our second baby in 2020, I was able to get pregnant, but lost that pregnancy in July. The following February, I lost my second pregnancy. I was getting pregnant, but not staying pregnant. Each doctor I spoke with encouraged me to get pregnant again and see where that ended. I felt like that was an incredibly callous way to approach my experience and started looking for other options. I found a now retired acupuncturist who assisted me in conceiving. He had done lots of work with women who had recurrent pregnancy loss. The very first thing he did was test me to confirm that I am homozygous for the C677T mutation. I found that It Starts with the Egg and Dirty Genes are both books that helped me a lot. I believe it was a combination of many things that we did that led to a successful and full-term pregnancy. I had always taken the correct form of folic acid. We added a dose of baby aspirin each day of my pregnancy. I used progesterone during my first trimester, and I received supportive acupuncture during conception and throughout my pregnancy. My acupuncturist was able to tell me the gender of my baby from the flow of energy and chi in my body. I am open to answering any questions. I've missed anything helpful. I think most of all, I want women to know, especially in my position, that there are medical professionals able to help us that are compassionate to our experience, and that we can very much have healthy, safe pregnancies as well as very healthy babies. My little Halloween baby below, prove it. Lawson, born safely and intentionally at home on October 31st, 2022. And here's the picture of the little guy. Where are you? Of course, this is moving on me, which I don't want it to. Alright, here we go. This is the post that I found. So, it's a wonderful story that this lady was able to successfully deliver her child. And it makes me think about how she approached this, being the acupuncture point. And for many of us, we may know, or we do know, where the strongest acupuncture point on the body is. And it is right there. Now, if you have been following me for a while, or have just started, you will know that I'm pretty passionate about health and longevity and how to maximize that. And where I see a very strong connection is with this and pregnancy. Because if you don't know anything about light and how it affects vitamin D inside the body, for example, we all know what vitamin D is. It is a very important piece of the puzzle when it comes to maximizing your longevity. And if you live in areas of the country in North America, let's say if you're closer to the southern border, closer to Mexico, you're going to have a higher than average exposure amount to the sunlight if you are outside in the light during the day. Some people say, oh, you need to get 20 minutes worth of light so that way your body gets that signal to process the vitamin D. Well, that signal is called photobiomodulation inside the body. And when you expose yourself to the light, you're causing your body to turn on that process. And it's just one of the many pieces, that I talk about with regards to maintaining your longevity, because you can't have one without the other. You need to have the blend of things. So when I see this post about pregnancy, it makes me think about, okay, well, what are these women missing? Are they spending much time in the sunlight? Do they live actually in a spot where the light is there? If you live in the northern states, Montana, Michigan, Maryland, along the north border, you will know that when winter comes around, December, the amount of light just kind of shrinks. It shortens during the day, so your opportunity to expose yourself to that light may not be that convenient. And does it play a role in pregnancy? It does, because if you have a baby, I'm talking to females now, and if your baby has jaundice, what do? What do they do in the hospital? They put your baby under the ultraviolet light, right? Why? Had lots to do with activating the GHK copper peptide inside the body, which you have naturally. And when you have cholesterol floating around in the body, that gets converted into the plasma and into the copper peptide. You need to have other things as part of that process to help with that. But my point is that the light plays a role. And there's an old story there's a study that was done in the 80s sometime. And it was speaking to women in Jamaica. There was a claim that because they were, smoking the doobs down there, that was causing the healthy babies. But not only that, is that it's the light. Think about it. We're in Jamaica. It's closer to the equator, right? So they're going to have the sunlight. So are they layering these things? Are these things layered to help these babies that are being born very healthy? Yeah. Add the salt, fish, the minerals. Like it's a win-win-win-win-win combination. And to me, that makes sense. Now, when you live farther away from the equator, you know that the amount of light you don't get. Especially now where I am in Alberta, the days are starting to get shorter. And it's kind of depressing. To be honest, we don't like it. I don't like it. My family doesn't like it. Because we know what the sunlight does. When the sunlight goes away, nothing grows. Right? because it's needed. And the same rules apply to the human body. If you don't have the sunlight, well then you're gonna suffer some consequences from that. So, does this play a role? It does. But not only does it play a role for the lack of sunlight, it also plays a role in situations like this, where kids are being exposed to it. Why is that? Because they're no different than an adult. Could they have issues with stem cell activity inside the body? Copper peptide? They could. They potentially could. If they're not outside, if they're playing video games all day, well, of course they're going to have issues. So how do you offset that? Well, kick them out the door. Get them outside. Kids should be playing in the sunlight. I did as a kid. I was outside every single day in the summertime. You couldn't keep me in the house. No way. Did I reap the benefits from that as a kid? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. But kids today, how many kids are playing outside? I don't see many. It's kind of, it's depressing. So my point is, can you wear this when you're pregnant? Yes. And should you be thinking of it as a tool to help with developing the baby? Yes. Why is that? Because if you caught a few episodes ago, you'll know that I talked about, it was in here. Why is the X39 so good? It stimulates the skin with low levels of light, resulting in improved energy flow. It supports improved exercise performance, supports improvements in strength and stamina, supports overall health and well-being, supports copper peptide production, no drugs or stimulants. It's a patented form of phototherapy. It's a non-transdermal patch. And why is it good? Because it works. It works for me. Try joining me in the workouts that I do 6 days a week and see if you can keep up. My point is, there are people that are using light, that know about light, red light therapy, for example, to help with your fitness recovery. Now, if you're pregnant, are you going to go into these beds? Well, it's going to be kind of inconvenient because if you have to drive there, you got to spend money to do it. You got to take your time. You might not be able to walk, might not be that comfortable. Is there something that's more convenient? Yes. This is more convenient. You wear it 12 hours a day. Take it off, and then you go to bed. Take it off before you go to bed. And if you have pains, let's say pregnancy pains, you could put the patch that I'm wearing here right here underneath your belly button, and your child is gonna reap the benefits because there's no drug. It's sunlight. It's a specific wave of light. Would I be using it if I was a woman, knowing that if I had difficulties with a pregnancy before? Yeah, I'd be looking at it, taking a serious look at it. Because if your goal is to have a child, well then, it's one way you can do it. Is it affordable? Yes. Don't go to Starbucks and get your coffee. That's the worst thing you could be doing for your baby. I'm just saying. Because if you're buying coffee and they're not using the cleanest but also the most absorbable water to make that coffee, and guess what? And if they're using, how many Starbucks do you think filter their water? So, and the reason why I talk about water, because there's deuterium in it. And if any of you have heard about deuterium depleted water, well, that'll be a topic I'll talk about later this week. So tune in for that. But I did have my dose of 114 degree molecular bond angle water, which is my pre-workout. It's the first cup today. And I had a pinch of salt. So, I don't know how long I've been streaming here for, but I think you get the drift, more or less, as far as how this technology, the X39, can be used to help you. And I say that because if you scan the QR code that you see on the screen, it'll take you to unlock your bioenergy. And you'll see these buttons here. You'll see how to use light therapy and the studies. So this here is a good, real strong, it'll take you to a website that's Start X39. I do not own it, but there it will talk about the specifics with how this can help you, regardless of what age you are. And if you're pregnant, and if you had miscarriages in the past, you want to take a serious look. Because my mom had 2 miscarriages. I was baby number 1, then 2, and then the 4th one, my sister. So I have a connection, I guess you could say, with the problem. And back in those days, they didn't talk about light. No, not like they do today. And if you want to make your purchase, if you feel that my thoughts are worthy of your purchase, click here, purchase your bioenergy products, and then click on the X39 here. You'll see on the screen. Okay, right here. And when you do so, that will take you to lifewave.com/Gordon Tomazik. That's my first and last name, my real name. And when you see that in the address bar, you'll know you're shopping with me. And I would appreciate your support if you do choose to try the X39. You see the pricing on this on the page there, $149.95 if you just choose to purchase it straight out. You don't want to be a brand member or anything like that. But if you subscribe, then that's enticing that you're showing interest as becoming a brand member. If you want to, send me a message, because you will not know how powerful this is until you try it. Today is day number, I said 189 with wearing the X39. And does it work? It does. I feel the benefits of using it every single morning when I wake up. And I will feel it again tomorrow, because this week I'm doing vibration training, and the amount of time under tension is very, very strong. Last week I was doing kangaroo training, which I called bouncing back and forth between explosive and slow reps. So basically activating type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers inside the muscle group that I was targeting. And with vibration plate training, the time under tension principles actually increases. And I want to explain this to you, because when you're doing vibration plate exercise, you're basically taking it's activating the muscle in a certain way, and I'll explain. So I'm going to use when I snap my finger, that's when the muscle's being activated. It's being under the motion. So if I'm doing a bicep curl with vibration plate training, it's going to be like this. So there's activation. So you see, every time I'm snapping the finger, that's when the muscle gets activated. When you have a weight or resistance applied to it. Now, when you do this faster, tick, 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 I can't snap fast enough. So it's going like this. So what's happening is that the resistance is activating your muscle to fire at that particular position. So when you have the muscle fiber, it's kind of like going tick, 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 tick. And when you apply this principle to all the muscle groups, you're creating a muscle fiber tear inside the body that is going to force your body to repair itself overnight. I only eat 1 meal a day, which I've talked about since I started live streaming. 1 meal a day, which is about 25 grams of protein. Okay? I'm still maintaining muscle mass. Okay? And I attribute a lot of that to drinking 114 degree molecular bond angle water and combining it with minerals from salts and from other food choices. One of those choices is I like to eat dates regularly. And if you know anything about dates, I'll show tomorrow. Hopefully I'll remember to add a picture. At the minerals that are inside dates. Do they help? Yep. In combination with the salts and the water? Yep. Add in cholesterol from eggs? Yep. So it's all about making sure you have the pieces of the puzzle blend together and you reap the benefits from it. But I always say that I think the number one piece is the cleanest but most absorbable, which is the water. Because in modern chemistry, modern day chemistry, they know that hydrogen has 3 different isotopes, and one of them is radioactive. How do you remove it from it? And I've talked about it before. Go back and watch the episodes. You'll see. I'm a broken record when I talk about it, because it's so important. Can you reap the benefits from it? Yes. Combine this with it. Now, you're starting to win. You will win. And this is not only for men but also for women. Okay? So, let's get started with the workout today. Hope you enjoyed that presentation. I'm going to start with a 9-minute warm-up of skip rope. 9 minutes. So just 9-minute time, just skip. Warm up the body. And then I'm going to switch to the vibration plate. And I've got it right there. That's where it is. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do today. Quick demonstration after the warm-up. And let's begin. Oh, and before I forget, I am going to set the Hopefully it reads. I will be incorporating the metronome as part of the, there we go, timing today for the time and retention, because I want to be able to really show you how I'm going to do this. And when I'm in the process, I'll show you. So we're going to start with the 9-minute warm-up. Heart rate is recording there. The reason why I like the 9-minute warm-up is that I want the blood cells to be all activated. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like doing. So whether it's double unders, crisscross, a little bit of kind of a freestyle type workout. So if you watched the Sunny Saturday episode, I tried to beat my fitness/test record, or fitness/stress test record, by skipping at 200 beats per minute, trying to accomplish 250 skips unbroken. Within 1 minute and 15 seconds. And I think I was 3 skips shy of accomplishing that. So that has a lot to do with tripping. During the attempt, which I restarted after just a couple seconds. I hit this bottle here that was kind of in the way on the ground. I like to do little things like that, skip on one foot. Shows how strong the calf muscle is. That's a double. I should try to do triples. That was a triple attempt. Almost got it. I'm gonna try. Oh, did I get it? halfway there, approximately. Not too good at freestyle. Alright, I'm going to try some triples again. Let's see. I'm thinking too hard. Doubles. Okay, again, let's try. Triple is hard. That's a double under crisscross. Turning up the power. Wow. All right. Here is the vibration plate. Pieces of equipment that I'll be using today. This is one of them. This is a black body elastics band. So you can see here I have attached 2 door anchors to the same band, and then have ankle straps which I have shortened the making them smaller, so I'll be holding it like this. So for today's workout, I'll be doing lat pulls with the vibration plate, and then rows, and then switching to curls. So I'll be doing straight bar, hammer curl, and what I call pinky touching. So the pinkies are going to touch like this while you're holding the band, like this, and that way you're going to keep your elbows tight, work more of the long head and the brachialis. Alright? So, no cards today. So the 13-minute mark is where we're starting with the exercise. The vibration plate has a setting that it's pre-programmed. It'll be 3 minutes long in duration, so each muscle group is going to be 3 minutes in length, where I will be doing the reps in accordance with timing. So I will be doing slow reps with the vibration training, okay? And I might throw in some explosive reps in there, so that way I target some type 2s. And this training is going to really fire up those fibers. And for those who have never done this before, if you have access to a vibration plate, the techniques I'm going to show you today are really, I think, are really good. And you can essentially really increase the time or the tension with bands, with the body elastic bands that I use. And there's really no limit to how much tension you can put. And you'd be surprised how much you may not be able actually, you can't move or you can't pull. So today is pull, back and biceps. Now let's begin. So the first round here is going to be pull-ups. So I like to attach the ankle straps at the wrist, and I'm going to sit down on the plate this time. And so by sitting on the plate, it's going to create that activation that is going to, alright, P1 is 3 minutes, and here we go. So by doing it this way, I'm just going to move a little bit closer so I can put my feet here. There we go. So you could probably see my arms moving. So I'm activating those fibers in the lats. And this preset timing, it switches between intensities of vibration. So So that was an explosive rep. Now, explosive, slow on the negative. Now the vibration plate, it's actually picked up its speed. So I'm going to do a 12-second rep. And now I'm going to do explosive. Up again. Okay, now a slow rep. Now the vibration plate is picked up again. You can hear my voice. Okay. These 3 minutes is really long. Holy, oh my goodness. All right, that's 3 minutes of the vibration. Now, I'm going to take this band, I'm going to switch it to a rowing position. I might go low here. I think that might be the better choice. I think what I'm going to do is also take the weights that I have here. Okay, so I'm going to move the plate back. See where I need to start. Maybe just slightly more back. And then I'm going to take this weight. This is 70 pounds. I'm just going to put him here. So I have a non-sliding okay. So what I'm going to do is have the weights there. And then that way I can fully pull on the bands. All right. So I'm going to set the P1. Oh, now P1 start. Okay, here we go. So you can hear the vibration. So when you pull on the weights, you want the elbows to extend all the way past your torso. That way, now the speed is picked up. One, two. So straps, I'm actually wrapping them around my wrist, taking out the bicep for this exercise, I could essentially put them on my elbows, the straps, but the wrist is good enough. So the speed picked up double. You could actually hold it and alternate. So involving a little bit of isometric. Almost there. 3 minutes is almost done. Almost done. All right. Okay. All right. So that is the back. I could do one more, but all right. Now. I'm going to switch to bicep. So again, that's where I'm taking this band. This is a 19-pound band. And this here is the doorstops where I'm going to put underneath my feet. Because you don't want the band to become loose, so you put the stop this way. I don't know if you can see it. So you step into it this way. Okay? And then reverse on the other side. And then you can widen your feet a little bit if you need to increase the vibration amount. Yep. Bend your knees a little bit, so that way your legs are not locked, but almost you want it to lock, just like a slight percent to take out the. So first one is going to be straight bar. So just going to go like this. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Here. And this rocking motion is activating. You can see how much my hands are moving. I'm going to actually grab it down here. Want more tension at the bottom of the rep. That's just starting now. That's just right. So this, you can see how much the ankle straps are moving. So it gives you an idea of much muscle activation is happening at that position, arm position. And this, the goal is to activate that muscle. They're there in little increments. Wow. Kind of hurts the wrist a little bit, so I'm just going to switch back to this. And by using the door anchors, it's a real solid anchor point on the foot. So 30 seconds left for this straight bar. Wow. Oh yeah, I can certainly feel it. The Alright. Next is going to be hammer curls. So you can either hold the band. So this way I'm holding it here right at there's just slight tension. Okay, so I think I'm ready to do the next one. Now I'm putting this setting on, this is called P1 on this particular vibration plate. It's quite old now, but still works as if it was new. Alright, here we go, hammer curls. Gonna switch to this guy here. That 3 minutes is a long time. Wow, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12. Next we're going to do the pinky. So it's basically like serving a plate. You're going to put both your hands like this together and then curl it up this way. Keep your elbows as tight as possible to the torso. Alright, so P1, that's program 1 for 3 minutes. Here we go. I'm going to try this way. Now it's double the speed, see? Wow. Wow. All right. That's it for back and bicep today. So, finishing time is at 1:31 p.m. Started at 12:55 p.m. here. I will zoom in. So you can see, took me 36 minutes, a drop of sweat just dropped. So during the 9-minute session I pushed to a maximum of 171. And as you can see, I'm not afraid to push my heart rate. In fact, I know I have more in the tank when it comes to pulse being able to keep up. And there you can see heart rate just after I recovered, it hovered around there. got up to where maybe 125-ish, somewhere there, 120-ish, but that was it for the duration. So does the X39 give you energy flow? Does it help heal your body with the copper peptide? Can it help heal your baby grow when you're first pregnant, if you're a woman? Yes, because it acts like the sunlight. It's specific wavelengths, light wavelengths, and you can do it in the convenience of your own home. You don't have to go to a studio of sorts. You don't have to invest in the big money to get a light therapy device. Just use the patch. It's so convenient. And it's discreet. And if you have a pain point, put it on your pain point. If you feel pain when you're pregnant, put it under navel. Do it. See. I encourage you to try, because it's not going to harm you, and it's not going to harm the baby either. Because you're both humans. You're just at different stages of your life. So why wouldn't you want your body to be producing the best DNA? Huh? Why? This thing resets up to 4,000 genes in the body. 4,000. So think about it. All right? You see that QR code right there? Just scan it. It'll take you to lifewave.com/Gordon Tomazik. That's me. With Unlock Your Bioenergy. And you'll see my face on the website there. So that's how you know I'm the one that's referring you, and I would appreciate your support. Because I'm doing all this for free, 6 days a week. I even show you how to make the water. Here, I'll even show you. Here's the machine. See it? Right here is the stainless steel, 50 liter. There's the that's the John Ellis machine. And over here is where it collects. There's a little spout here. You could probably see it. And there is where I store the pure stuff. It takes about 45 minutes to make 32 ounces, so 1 liter equivalent. And it's the purest, most absorbable, and I'll tell you, it does wonders for the body. Gives me pearly whites because I'm happy about it. So, and I hope you are too. Make you smile. And it would make me smile to see that you choose to try this. Because you are going to benefit from it, as will I, with your support from your patronage. That's it for today. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. We'll see you tomorrow. Will be chest and triceps with vibration. So, join me tomorrow. We'll see you then. Rest up. Eat well. Sleep well. Bye for now.